Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today I'm in New York, and let me tell you, I'm at the iConnections conference. It's Global Alts New York. We went to the one in Miami. The content's been coming out fantastic. And my next guest is a return guest, Afsheen. Welcome.
Thanks for seeing you again, man.
Man, so I was walking down the aisles and I'm like, they let anybody in here. No,
it's true. It's true. How did I get here? No, but it's wonderful to be here again.
It's
wonderful
to see you again.
Yes, wonderful to see you.
I was like, this is good. This is our first in-person, I believe, yeah?
The first in-person interview, yes.
Yeah.
But we saw at Milken.
You were at the Milken conference. You were speaking at one of the events that we held and some other things. So I've seen you speak. I know you got the chops. But this is the first in-person interview.
I'm just trying to follow the best, brother. I'm just trying to follow the best.
First off, iConnections. I know you attend Milken and some of the other big conferences. What brings you to iConnections today?
So iConnections is a great place to meet other investors, allocators, managers, to network with folks who are in a similar space as yourself. And for us, we're in the midst of a fundraise, meet with potential folks who want to be part of our fund. So we're talking to all sorts of allocators, getting a lot of interest and seeing what to do next.
Now, have you been to iConnections in the past, or like how long have you been coming? I'm just curious.
This is only our second one. So we were at the Miami one a few months back.
Okay. What keeps you coming back then? I mean, lots of things you can do. What makes this a little bit unique or different than others?
So this might be the New Yorker in me, but it's really efficient. People here are very similarly aligned on what their goals are. We can meet, we can dispense with a lot of the initial fluff, and with a pre-select. It's like a sorority match or sorority brush. They pre-select if they want to talk to you, and vice versa. So we have very, very, very high ROI conversations. And you can see where collaborations can happen.
In the app, all of that, like just getting right to people that are potentially interested or not, or want more information, like how valuable has that been for you?
So the app is the lifeblood of the conference, right? So there's the week running up to the conference, and then folks reach out to each other on the app in both directions, and then the app tells you sort of where to meet and who to meet at what time. So without the app, the whole conference wouldn't really work if we were just sort of staring at screens, I suppose.
So like most other conferences.
Exactly. So it's worked really well. It's worked really well for us in Miami, and hence we're back again.
Yeah. Tell us about your firm, Pilot Wave Holdings. Get into it.
Thanks. So I'm the founder and managing partner. We are a PE buyout play where we buy physical businesses and we grow them with AI. We've been around for almost 8 years now. We've grown to a team of 20 globally.
Wow.
We've been up until now completely self-funded. So my money, the money of my partners, some very small friends and family. We've done 7 deals. We have 3 exits. We have a world-leading multiple invested capital. And given the interest in this space and our success up until now, we're raising our first institutional fund of a few $100 million, and hence this outreach here.
Go a little bit. How did you get into this business? Like, where'd that start? Like, what did you always know you were going to kind of go this route, or?
So no, it is though the natural culmination of my entire career until this point. So
I can't say podcasting was. It's just like no.
To each his own.
Continue. I'm sorry, I had to throw it out there.
No, it's true. You're right.
That's the natural continuation. Some of us didn't work out that way.
You know how it goes. So I've always been at the intersection of technology, of business operations and investing. So I was at Goldman Sachs, was fortunate enough to become a managing director there, running every AI data science team they had, front, middle, back office. Went up to JP Morgan, where I was the first chief data science officer in Wall Street history, global firm-wide role. Then I went on to the buy side at Cerberus Capital, was the first chief AI officer in private equity history there. And really always doing the same movie and just doing it bigger, better, with newer technologies, and saw that there was an opportunity to really help Main Street be collectively competitive in the technology and AI age. So this was now, number of years ago, 2018, and said, look, we think this is very important for our country. We think this is potentially a very important way to add value to these small businesses. So I sold everything I had and put everything into this. And here we are, a short 8 years later.
I'm always curious when somebody goes all in. What was your support system like around you when you make a decision like that? I'll tell you, when I told people I was going into media and I did something very similar, they thought I was crazy. They're like, Adam, what are you talking? I managed a little under 200 million. I had a nice, I worked 14 years in finance before making that transition.
Yeah.
People were like, Adam, what are you doing? They're worried. Like, I'm curious if it's not too personal, what happened?
No, similar.
Yeah.
Similar. So again, I was very fortunate to have a lot of great at bats, if you like, during my career. And obviously, I asked a lot of the folks in the industry. And back then, AI wasn't really.
Yeah, you said 8 years.
Yeah,
That's not
2018,
like,
2019. Yeah. So the response was pretty universally, what the F are you doing with your career?
Wow.
And you have a great career. Back then I was a younger guy. So hey, you're a young guy. Like, come on. Like, don't you why are you doing that for? I had young kids. I had a wife that wasn't working. So they said, look, do you really want to do this? And I think the quote that sticks with me now is, why would you want to undertake such a Sisyphean task as doing this?
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I couldn't not do it.
So that was the answer. I could not do it. Like,
I
it was just
not
this urge?
do it because I saw frankly, what motivated me to found the firm was not wealth maximization of my personal wealth.
Yeah.
It was a societal imperative. I think that the major cause of the dysfunction that everyone knows about in our society in the United States and maybe globally is at its heart due to wealth concentration, which I think at its heart is due to data and technology concentration. And I didn't see a capitalistic counterweight to that.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people talking about UBI, universal basic income, or taxation, or regulation, things that are all important, things that are all necessary, but they're not sufficient. So I'm a devout Democrat, small d. I'm a devout capitalist. And I saw an opportunity to create a capitalistic mechanism that actually collectively helped Main Street. And I felt compelled to go build it.
Yeah.
So here we are.
What's exciting you in AI right now today? Like versus when you started 8 years ago and it was a little bit like versus what are that today? What excites you?
Well, look, I mean, I'm not going to be the only person to say that we are in an amazing age of innovation. It is one part terrifying, one part exhilarating. And the technological advancement that we've seen even in the past few months has been outrageously incredible.
Yeah.
So in my roles, startup companies would pitch me regularly. And if you told me even just 5 years ago that someone could gracefully handle typos in back then when it was called natural language processing, I would have said, holy moly, that's amazing. Now, we don't even think about that. ChatGPT you can't fool it by we make typos all the time. That's not even table stakes. That's so basic that we don't even realize that used to be hard.
Oh, it did.
It used to be impossible, actually. No company could handle typos. That was one way in which we broke it very rapidly. Oh, I'll just do TEH instead of THE. Completely confused. Now that's not only in the rearview mirror, that's such a dot in our past, we even forgot it was a challenge ever. Right? So that just gives you a sense of the exponential advancement in this. So I think where we're at right now, and this is something that the firm is working on, and we're building this internally, we're going to actually release it in a few weeks in an open source way, is a way to transition AI from task execution, which is go do this, go do that, do this and come back. What's the capital of Spain? Go write an email to my mom, these sorts of things, to value creation. Go make $10 million more for me with these constraints.
Dang.
So that's the next stage. And, and we've developed a lot of things we're very proud of that you'll see in the open source community pretty short. To maybe tease you a bit, maybe the next podcast we'll talk about that, about what we're releasing into the open source community rather shortly. Yeah.
So you mentioned you're doing a raise. Share what you can share about that. Like who's typically a good type of investor to participate?
So, in spite of our 8 years of track record, we're still viewed by the community appropriately as an emerging manager. So these be folks interested in emerging managers. We're raising a $100 million dedicated fund with a $200 million co-invest. So wrapping our arms around $300 million total. We're only charging fees on the 100. So 200 is a complete, sweetener to the community. We're focusing on 3 different verticals, infrastructure service. These are all verticals that we've already done deals in. Infrastructure verticals, manufacturing, and retail front to back. And, we're excited to have folks. Usually these would be high net worth individuals, funds of funds, family offices that are, can be part of our growth journey.
Fantastic. Afsheen, great having you on today. Last thing I want you to do, look into the camera. How do people follow up? How do they learn more if they want to connect?
Well, obviously, thanks for having me on as always. So you can look at pilotwaveholdings.com, our website, info@pilotwaveholdings.com is the email. Follow us on all social media. We're on LinkedIn. We're on X. We're on everything that you can find there. And I look forward to speaking with you.
Fantastic. And for everybody watching, just so you know, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes. So you can just click on the links and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. You heard me correct. Each and every day, we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Afsheen, man, appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks very much.